Where are you trying to go? There are several different places to go. We don't often go there because we're limited by mobility. Mobility is just a medium. It's a way of getting where you want to go. You can take an automobile, you can walk, you can fly. There are several different modes of transportation. Lately, I've been riding. Writing is probably one of my favorite ways of getting my point across. Because I tend to make videos and I enjoy making videos. I want to work with film, but I think I'm able to process a bit more when I'm able to write. And for so long, I've kind of just put writing on the back burner. But I entertain the absurd often through visual expression. If I say what I'm writing, which I've done several times, it's somehow inconceivable.
Absurd adherence.
Adhering to absurdities by entertaining them. Absurdities often manifest with unknown intentions, for an individual that has the thought to achieve bizarre animations is often burdened with a story. The story is not easily obtained by the masses, especially since the masses have been seen to judge individual idealism. Yet an idea that comes to an individual, irrespective of how bizarre it may appear, is yet one several people will experience. Not always understood through a plural sense, the magic and power of the singularity is the appearance of a dream. We all dream differently, yet we each are familiar with objects and concepts. These things change through the agency of select familiarity. Symbols are generic, but they are applied based on intention. Some can't help but witness the noise being spoken to them. We're all but uniform to interpretation. Therefore, being laced with persuasions of rebellion and cognitive pluralism, we all reach out to each other by some entanglement of invitation. Conversation intends to extend a voice or gesture. There is no enemy of mind, but hero of heart. We go where our story is, but through an enveloped pattern, repetition is born. We are all guilty of saying the same thing, for we are all a part of the same process. Delivery changes how we understand law, but delivery is only an outlet of speech. Action must be the blood and air of our livelihood.
Okay, so it doesn't exactly come to me like that all the time. But the times that it does, sometimes my reaction is just as confusing as what you might hear. A lot of my videos have been laced with riddle, and a lot of it is very dense and completely hard to interpret when you think of the words I use and the way I use those words. And that's just the way I hear them. I think a story is often burdened with passion, and passion, if someone's telling you a story, sometimes they're just racing while they're telling you the story. It's almost like they can't wait to hit you with the punchline. Expression in general can be that way. Another reason why Michael Jackson is one of my favorite entertainers is because when he would dance, it was almost like fire. It was like gotta, having to put it out. And so when I'm telling a story, I'm often racing just to get to the climax of the story. And I think a lot of us are shy of that because it's embarrassing a bit. But when the voice you hear commands you to entertain the absurd, which what I just said comes from probably one of my most relatable lyrics that Prince has written on a song called Welcome to the Dawn. When the voice you hear commands you to entertain the absurd, I entertain the absurd quite often, and it's quite interesting to see and to observe the reactions of people when you start talking about things that seem impossible or just simply foolish. I tend to think that the foolish things of the world are used to confound the wise. I think the foolish things of the world are the things that seem the most silly, the most rebellious activities of our abilities are very interesting to dissect. And so I intend on, taking out the guts. What'd you think about this? Have you ever thought of it like this? Because a lot of times we're so programmed and we're so used to just one way of saying it. And in order to really understand our oneness, we have to become familiar with our individual creations. We're all uniformed to interpretation. We're all but uniformed to interpretation, meaning that we're going to take it several different ways. That's another reason why art is one of my favorite mediums of expression. But I'm guilty of going on a tangent. I'm not really sure why I wanted to make this video. Yeah. Look, I've entertained the absurd. I've gone several different places, and I'm sure you were probably like me, wondering what was I saying? When was it going to be over? Was it a speech? Was it a poem? Where are you trying to go? Where did you go? Where did you go?